Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Nobody knows the troubles I've seen. Nobody knows my sorrow. Nobody knows the troubles I've seen. Glory, hallelujah. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise as the listening skies. Let every sound loud as a rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us, and sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Welcome to the 2021 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. celebration. This year's theme is, where do we go from here? While it is our theme, we sincerely ask, where will you go from here? During this magnified time of civil unrest. This year's celebration is in collaboration with Poudre School District, the City of Fort Collins, and of course, Colorado State University, as well as many others. We invite you to check out the website to further your commitment to social justice and pay homage to Dr. King's legacy, a day on, not off. We will begin this year's celebration with Colorado State University President Joyce McConnell.
I am grateful to have the opportunity to speak to you today and honor the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. But I must say that it feels very strange not to be able to be with you, all of you in person, and today especially. Throughout his life, Dr. King brought people together. He led them in marches and in protest and demonstrated the power of unity, often in the face of hostility and violence, and he did it to effect change. He frequently brought people together. In fact, he did that around public buildings like this one and delivered some of his memorable calls to action from steps like those I'm standing on now. Dr. King called on our public institutions like this one to make good on the promise of our nation and democracy. And in a book published just a year before he was assassinated, he challenged us as a nation to answer the question, where do we go from here? This year, in the midst of a global pandemic that has claimed the lives of nearly 2 million people, and in the terrible shadow of the senseless killing and wounding of Black Americans, I have heard from a lot of you that the question feels hard to answer because it's hard to see the way forward. I think that our community can offer us an answer in a really literal way, because when I stand where I'm standing today and think about that question. Where do we go from here? I think about where I am, what I see from here, and where I go when I walk down these steps. I am standing on the steps where just this past semester, our students convened a peaceful protest in response to the racial injustice they experience in our country and our community. I am standing not far from where they plugged in huge speakers and played Dr. King's own words, and from where one of our faculty members called for not just allies, but accomplices in the fight against racism in our country. What I see from here is the Oval, where our community comes together to celebrate, to study, to relax, and to remember. This beautiful green space has been the site of picnics, commencement photos, Frisbee games, candlelight vigils, and powerful demonstrations. And when I walk down these steps, I walk out onto the campus of CSU. I can go in any direction from here, but no matter which way I go, my path will take me to a space where our students, faculty, and staff gather to ask hard questions, to solve problems, and to change things for the better. Dr. King cautioned us that if we are truly to be a free country, we must acknowledge that the destinies of our people of all races and religions and backgrounds are inextricably bound together. He admonished us to work together in trust. He said, "We cannot walk alone, and we cannot turn back." We have proven this past year just how effectively our community can work together when we trust in each other's expertise, our collective energy, and our shared commitment to making CSU a safe and supportive home for every member of our community. That's how we made it through the first months of the current pandemic, and it is how we will make it through the coming semester. So, where do we go from here? We go forward, together, as Dr. King urged us to do, trusting that so long as we are on a shared path as a community, we will never lose sight of where we need to go.
Hello, I'm Andy Dorsey, and I have the honor to serve as the president of Front Range Community College. I wish we could be marching today. If there was ever a year in which it's important to stand up for the vision and ideals and accomplishments of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., this is the year. But I appreciate that the organizers have continued the event, and I'm glad to have a chance to say a few words, in large part because putting this together reminded me to go back and read some of the words and speeches of Dr. King. And I'm recording this just a couple days after the painful events at the Capitol. And some of Dr. King's words rang particularly true. Despite all that he had gone through, despite all of the barriers he had to overcome, the racism and hate he endured, one of Dr. King's enduring ideas is the importance of optimism. And for me, if there was ever a year in which it was important to be optimistic, it's this year. One of the things Dr. King says in his 1967 speech, "Where do we go from here?" is this: "I must confess, my friends, that the road ahead will not always be smooth. There will still be rocky places of frustration and meandering points of bewilderment. There will be inevitable setbacks here and there will be moments when the buoyancy of hope will be transformed into the fatigue of despair." And I imagine some of you have felt that fatigue of despair. Certainly I have this year. But Dr. King reminds us, as difficult and painful as it is, we must walk on in the days ahead with an audacious faith in the future. Let us realize that the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. And sometimes I've wondered about that, but reading Dr. King's words inspired me to think that despite all of the tragedy of the last year, more people have stood up and talked about racism and said Black Lives Matter than I remember in decades. There are heroic doctors and nurses and public health officials who are doing their absolute best to help people survive COVID. There are members of the community who are coming together to support folks who've lost their homes or don't have enough food. There's community action in ways that I have not seen before. I think in many ways, Dr. King's call for optimism is validated by the year. But this is also a reminder that in the moments of despair, it's important to look back and find the change that's happening and let us inspire us to take the next step forward. The other thing that stood out for me that Dr. King talks about is the importance of love. And again, at this point, after this year, that seems incredibly important to me. He can say it better than I can. He says, "And I say to you, I've also decided to stick with love, for I know that love is ultimately the only answer to mankind's problems. And I'm going to talk about it everywhere I go. I know it isn't popular to talk about it in some circles today. I'm not talking about emotional bosh when I talk about love. I'm talking about strong, demanding love, for I have seen too much hate." And we've certainly seen hate in the last year. But Dr. King reminds us that the answer to hate isn't more hate, it's love. In some words that might be particularly appropriate to some of us today, he says, "You may ascend the heights of academic achievement so that you have all the knowledge, and you may boast of your great institutions of learning and the boundless extent of your degrees. But if you have not love, all these mean nothing." I hope for each of us today that we can carry the light of Dr. King's optimism and the light of Dr. King's love in the year ahead. There'll be more struggles and more challenges to make a more just world. But as Dr. King reminds us, the moral arc of the universe bends toward justice, and we can keep helping it bend. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Todd Lambert, Poudre School District's interim superintendent. On this day, we have the privilege of remembering Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who was a tremendous leader for civil rights and the Black community. He remains celebrated for his great efforts, and as a way of paying tribute to the work of Dr. King and the leaders of social justice he has inspired, I say to every member of our communities, we must act with collective urgency to continue the work for justice within our system. Dr. King was indeed a great man, but Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day will remain a performative measure if the heart of the work, service, love, and justice are not carried forth and presented in our efforts to support his memory. So where do we go from here? You have my commitment that PSD will be a role model for acceptance in this community and promote kindness, collaboration, love, and respect. We promise that those people we serve will be honored for who they are and that we will create and uphold equitable, inclusive, and rigorous educational opportunities, outcomes, and experiences for all. Just as it was true for Dr. King and his legacy, our work of equity, diversity, and inclusion is never done. As we work to be better, our priorities are centered upon 4 pillars of educational equity: inclusive leadership, climate and culture, professional development, and curriculum and instruction. PSD strives to be a place where each student, family, and staff member feels a sense of belonging, regardless of where they're from or how they connect with our communities. We will challenge our power structure so all our students and their families have a voice in the work that affects their lives. Each person must accept responsibility to grow together. To our students, help us serve you, support you, and challenge you to be your very best. This means we will examine our curricula and practices of teaching to ensure they reflect today's multicultural world and affirm multiple identities and experiences. This means we will not tolerate hate or anything that someone does to make someone else feel lesser or that is done to cause, hurt, or harm. We have a responsibility to hold one another accountable for our growth, and we will track and regularly report our progress to that end. In PSD, we value learning about the diversity of our students, families, and communities. We will be respectful of one another as we work to be inclusive and courageous in our actions. In all of this, I ask for your partnership because I believe we are stronger together.
Today we celebrate the incredible legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. As we look in the rearview mirror at 2020, one of the most challenging years we have faced, what a better way to start the new year than by remembering and honoring the principles for which Dr. King stood for and embodied. The principles of social justice, solidarity, unity, and community. Now more than ever, we continue to face the many challenges our current times present us. We must continue to uphold Dr. King's vision and continue the collective work to build a stronger community, a stronger Fort Collins. The tragic events in our nation and our communities of color serve as a sobering reminder of all the work we have ahead of us to truly build a beloved and better community for all. The inequities exacerbated by the pandemic highlighted the need for all of us to come together to support our community members who have suffered the most, our Black community members, our Indigenous and other community members of color due to oppression and injustice, and they continue to bear the disproportionate weight of this crisis. For example, in Limerick County, our Hispanic community is experiencing a rate of COVID infection that is 7.5 times more than the white community, another painful example that highlights the need for all of us to come together for health equity and community well-being. We must remember that our strength as a city rests on the strength of our community. And the strength of our community is dependent upon the depth of the bonds we form with one another. In the words of Dr. King, quote, "At the heart of all that civilization has meant to and developed is community, the mutually cooperative and voluntary venture of man to assume a semblance of responsibility for his brother," unquote. Let us be each other's brothers and sisters. Let us tell our stories to one another. Let us each be each other's voice to sing the song of our collective future together. As we continue to go forward together, let's have a more discerning eye as to what it takes to achieve racial and social justice. This is one of the priorities that we have as city leaders in Fort Collins, to co-create a community around equity and diversity and inclusion. And our current work in developing the city's equity indicators, applying an equity lens to our budget, is helping us pave the way towards a more just future for all of us to live here. Let us come together and let us celebrate and let us live up to the incredible legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
May the last one burn into flames. Freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose, yeah. Freedom, freedom, where are you? 'Cause I need freedom too. I break chains all by myself. Won't let my freedom rot in hell. Hey, I'ma keep it running 'cause the winner don't quit on themselves. Do you hear that sound? Close your eyes if you must. Do you hear that sound? Listen. It is the sound of a beating heart, battered, bruised, and broken. It is the sound of the cries of a people dying to be heard, dying, trying to be heard. See, for me, MLK's dream was not just a dream, but a destiny, a promise I choose to make a reality. But see, hearts are stopped. But I won't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. See, I know why the cage bird sings, because I hear her every time I speak, every time I sing. I want it to ring. Let freedom ring. Ring from the mountaintops. Ring when the guns go pop. Ring until my heart stops. Can't stop, won't stop. Will you let your heart stop? So see, I'll never stop. And I need to hear your heart pound. Because we need people to listen even when they put their ears to the ground, because I am the one I've been waiting for. You are the one you've been waiting for. We are the ones we have been waiting for. Can't stop, won't stop. 'Cause I was born by the river, in a little tent. Oh, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Then I go to my brother, and I say, brother, help me please. Oh, then he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. There's been times that I thought I wouldn't last for long. Now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will.